We are live. This is the Market Update, Friday Night Fire. I am your host, Bill Noble. When in the course of human events, it becomes apparent that the bands of control and power stem from a universally common source, the necessity of separation from these powers becomes a matter of survival. That is from the Declaration of Cryptocurrency Independence. And you know what? It was written in 2018. And the guy that wrote it was chased all over the earth and persecuted. And now everything he thinks is common knowledge. Everyone's talking about Bitcoin going to at least $200,000 and probably $1 million. I saw an analyst from Charles Schwab talking about that today. We have gone from 2018, you're out of your mind, with the Declaration of Cryptocurrency Independence, to Charles Schwab agreeing that it's going to be $1 million upside target. When I worked there and everyone's like, oh my God, you know, this guy's talking about Bitcoin in 2017. Watch out. Okay. If you need a roadmap in crypto, subscribe to this channel. If you're new in crypto, subscribe to this channel. If you're in crypto and you're wondering whether you should sell, subscribe to this channel. Turn on alerts so you know when we're going live. And if the content works for you, hit the like button. Okay, you'll see people in the chat using emojis, which you can also use for $4.99 a month. We have XRP, the Eagle King. Now has his own emoji. And we have a membership area for research where we make research reports like this. I know it's boomer, it's paper, but they are about some boomer coins, some new. Okay, that's in the YouTube member area. So if you need altcoin picks, if you need to know what to do, we would be happy to help you in our YouTube member area right here. So recently we have Meme Mania. What's next for memes? We have the sequel to the Coinbase portfolio. We came out with a Coinbase portfolio in October. We got laughed at, except of course by our members, who then proceeded to print indiscriminate amounts of money on that and the low cap picks. We've been doing this for a while. We got the 2025 roadmap, the Magnificent Seven, and the portfolio show where we kind of go over this in like a conversational podcast. There's a $ button at the bottom of the chat on YouTube. Come join us. Now, the market is going up more than you could ever possibly imagine or dream. It's not investment advice, and I got the news and the charts to prove it. You want to know what no one's talking about? ETH going to 7,000. Here are your Ethereum upside targets. 5,000 doesn't matter. Don't even talk to me about 5,000. I don't want to hear it. That's just like you're going to wake up Monday. You could wake up tomorrow. It could be at 5,000. The numbers that matter to me are 7, 10, and 20. I think once it breaks through 7, they're going to start talking about 20 because the relationship between Ethereum versus Bitcoin is so wildly out of whack. It's wildly out of whack. You know, if everybody talking about Bitcoin going to 220, don't doubt it. Okay, but the thing is, Ethereum is money. Like, what's Ethereum? That's the other ETF. Yeah, that's the other ETF. We also have LuxAlgo. Check that out in the affiliate link on the QR code and down below. We also have Patreon, right? That's our middle tier offering where guys get podcasts. So it's like a podcast, right? With charts like a newsletter in Patreon for $15, right? So you get all the things that we can't say on TV. Okay, back to Ethereum, back to money. Let's talk about money. Ethereum has been saved by XRP. XRP is money, money made in America. Bitcoin is money, obviously. You know, the orange man autographed it at Bitcoin Nashville, and the rest is history. Sort of. Did you know that the new crypto czar is an investor in a hedge fund who, the head of that hedge fund 5 years ago, had a red Ferrari, and what did the license plate say? Solana. Multicoin Capital, the venture capital company that basically gave birth to Solana, the crypto czar is a big fan and a big investor in Multicoin Capital. What do venture capitalists do? They pump things. They invest in them. They pump them. They bring capital into the ecosystem. Now, yes, they dump them and then they make money. That's what they do. And they've gotten a bad reputation for that. So have all the coins that they pumped last cycle. Conveniently, those coins are all about to 10x. That's right. I said it. Web3 is going to 10x. Across the board. They just put the Multicoin Capital investing Ferrari, Solana-ish guy in charge of crypto. And everyone's like, ooh, crypto's up. Oh, crypto's up 7%. Oh, goodness. Look at this huge rally. Shut up. This has not started. Everyone's like, oh my God, when do I sell? Everyone in crypto's got their slide rule out going. Okay, so if I start today and I buy everything and I stay up all night for 6 months, I'll be able to sell 2 months before the cycle top and everything goes to zero. That's not going to happen this time, right? You're going to have up, 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 up. You're going to have stunning volatility in either direction, and then you're going to have more stunning up for like 2 years. Matter of fact, I saw something where I looked up the dollar index the last time you had a major government-directed foreign exchange shift. Let's call it that. Okay. The dollar fell and other currencies rose for 13 consecutive quarters. 13 consecutive quarters. I would say 10 quarters consecutive big red candles for the green paper with other currencies rallying. Let me ask you something, folks. What's the other currency that's rallying these days versus fiat? That would be crypto. 13 quarters. And everyone's telling me there's going to be a top in October. Yeah, there's going to be a top in October. It's called the stock market, right? That could be very problematic. It could happen before that. But when that's over, or when that runs its course, people are going to go, oh my God, I need crypto. They may go, oh my God, I need crypto even before it's run its course. Everyone's worried about the top. I'm telling you, we're still at the bottom. Everybody thinks we're in a range. We're not. We're not. Everyone's like, oh, okay. When do I sell? When do I get out? Okay, that's a good question. Not now. This is like you get in and more in, and then you rotate. You go from one sector to the other and get in. Everyone's sleeping on Ethereum. Ethereum explodes. Nobody wanted to talk about XRP, even though the president of the United States talked about XRP. No one wanted to talk about it. And it goes up 400%. So if XRP went up 400%, does that stand to reason that Ethereum could do that? Could Solana go to 400? Everyone wants to talk about Solana 1000, but what about Solana 400? What's the market going to look like when Solana goes through 300? What's the world going to look like when you get the XRP ETF? When XRP is an ETF, what's going to happen? Right? Where's the market going to go? Where's the market going to go? What's going to happen when Ethereum is worth $1 trillion and so is XRP? What happens if Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP are worth, say, 5 or 6 trillion just by themselves? 5 trillion, 3 coins, 5 trillion. What happens? That can't happen. They're currencies. They're money. You know how big the foreign exchange market is? They do like, I don't know. What do they do? Like 50, somebody look up on AI on a chatbot what the daily volume is in the fiat foreign exchange market. It's like $15 trillion last I heard. You can have $1 trillion stocks. You can't have $1 trillion currencies? Really? You look at this price action. Now, if I said this 2 months ago, you'd be like, okay, yeah, okay, boomer. You know, you got to like, you know, you got to dial back, you know, whatever energy drink you're drinking for breakfast there. You know, you got the V8 juice going or whatever you got there. You got to calm down. Actually, no. I know it sounds insane, but no one's talking about Web3. Everyone's talking about Pump.Fun having problems with the UK regulators, but no one's talking about Web3. No one. Yeah, Pump.Fun has its problems. Tell me about it. I saw some of this week, to the extent that, like, literally, I thought the Almighty struck me down. I saw Solana insanity in something that I liked, and then somebody that I cared about deeply literally keeled over and had to go to the ER immediately after that. Now, that person is now okay, but I have been through my Bitcoin 100K day was unbelievable. We talked about 100K with the guys in the ambulance. Like, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, some guy in 2012 told me to buy it. Okay, well, I'm the guy in 2012 telling you to get involved now. Okay. XRP ETF happening. So ETH 10K happening, right? What does ETH 7K mean? Base, right? ETH based DeFi from the member area, the podcast. We're talking about 10X. We're talking about Sushi Swap taking out its high from 2021. Maybe we'll show you the chart. It's unbelievable what's going to happen. It is the declaration of cryptocurrency independence. And funny, it's not scary. It's actually fun. It's fun, right? But it's also serious. So before we get into that, before we get into the silly and the serious, let's welcome our members who are here. Okay, Ian is here. Welcome. Welcome, sir. Crypto Scam, Bull Runner, one of the OGs. Aiden, Joe Mike in the house with that McAfee emoji, right? The normies are coming, says Bob. He's got coffee brewing for tonight. Diogo, welcome, sir. Caroline is here. Perry, Crypto Barbie in the house. Bubba, Brick Dreams. Perry going with the new bicep emoji. Welcome. Luis with the banana. Hello. The Chosen One. Jessica. Donato. What's going on? SFM. A new member with the emoji. What's up? The mother of all emojis. By the way, don't forget that Eagle King emoji is in there. Hit the Eagle King. Oh, there it is. Bull Runner hits it. Right? Quiet Dawn. What's going on? Hans, Degen, Dojo, welcome. Driftless Crypto is here. Good evening, sir. The Great Santini. Hello, hello, hello. Justin, Digital Bobby, Indie Rock Crypto, Willimeter, Crypto Steph. Hello, welcome to the show. Oh my God, you can't believe the stuff I got here. You can't believe what the Eagle King has got for us. He's cooking. Okay, let's start off with the most important tweet of the day. This could be the most important tweet of the year. Now, this is from Lloyd Blankfein, who was the CEO of Goldman Sachs when I worked there. Now, there's a lot of things that you're going to read about Lloyd. What I can tell you is that Lloyd went to work every single day with like a frumpy briefcase. You couldn't tell he was the CEO at all. And all Lloyd did was work. Seriously. Work to help Goldman clients, work to help save Goldman from 2008, work to save Goldman from Uncle Sugar. Lloyd saved Goldman. Lloyd made Goldman along with Hank Paulson. Okay. Now, Lloyd knows a thing or two about macro. I'm pretty sure, right? And here's what he has to say. The Orange Man correctly spoke to the importance of defending the dollar's exclusivity as the world's reserve currency. It helps U.S. trade. It helps finance our deficit. It drives U.S. policy choices, and, we can have influence on our enemies and our friends. So why is the new administration so bent on promoting BITC, as in Bitcoin? Okay, So Lloyd's clearly new to crypto, right? Doesn't have the lingo down, but he's making an outstanding point. Lloyd is like, I've seen currency revaluations. Let's use that word. The only way out of a debt crisis is to revalue the currency. Lloyd is looking at this price action going, this is a currency revaluation. Why exactly are we encouraging this? Well, the answer is because we need to goose the whole ecosystem so we can have Web3 to pay off the debt. Lloyd makes the correct point that this could get out of hand, that the foreign exchange market historically can be wild unless it's reined in by either Treasury, Fed, or Treasury and central bank statements and actions. The last time global governments made a decision about currency values was 1985. And I'm going to spare you the chart, but I'm going to tell you this. When the G7 industrial nations in 1985 said that the dollar is too strong, giving the foreign exchange market indiscriminate license to take the dollar lower, this is where George Soros made all of his money. The dollar went down for 2 years. 13 straight quarters, right? It just never stopped. It went from like 85 to 87, nonstop. Now, if you go to somebody now and say, this tweet is a warning that Bitcoin could go up for 13 consecutive quarters, because I'm not old enough to remember 85. I was in school, but Lloyd is old enough to remember 85. He saw the last wild currency revaluation. So everyone's trying to tell me that they're going to pack up and sell in October. Well, you may have a stock market problem and you may have some profits that you may need to take to pay some bills. But I think this is a 3 to 5 year uptrend in crypto. And you're going to have absolutely insane price action. You know, you're probably going to go up to 200 in Bitcoin and then retrace to 60 or 80 and then go back to 200. You're going to have the biggest, wildest range you ever saw, but it's going to go to 200 first. ETH is going to catch up and go to 20 because Lloyd just told you, right? First, the orange man told you, and people didn't get it until XRP went up 400%. Then people are like, whoa, wow, I think there's something to this. Like Fidelity writes, and it's like a retail crypto newsletter. Gee, has the election impacted crypto? Gee, boys, do you think? So first, you got told by the orange man. Now you're getting told by Lloyd. No one knows about this. I know what this means. This means Lloyd's telling you this is going to get wild. Now, from his point of view, you know, it may not be a good thing because Lloyd has seen wild. He's seen wild on the upside and he's seen wild on the downside. Lloyd's seen a lot of wild. But if you're a crypto person, you're like, well, wow. The ex-CEO of Goldman Sachs is going, hey, this could get out of hand. Now, I don't think anybody in crypto is actually talking about it getting out of hand. No one's talking about Polkadot doing a 10x. Nobody. No one's talking about Chainlink at 100. Nobody's talking about XRP and Ethereum at $1 trillion. No one's talking about that. I'm talking about that. We're starting talking about that right now. Right now. Okay? Because you're getting told. You got told by the orange man. You're getting told by the orange man again because he just hired the Solana Ferrari venture capital guy to goose AI and crypto. They're going to be building nuclear power plants to run AI data centers and Bitcoin mining operations or any mining operations for crypto. That's what's going to happen in the United States. When the United States tells you we're landing at Normandy, we're going to the moon, and we're doing crypto and Bitcoin and Web3, you best believe it. You best believe it. And like George wants to get in on the action by becoming an emojis member so he can use everything from the green button to the XRP emoji to XRP. And we have John McAfee. We have all kinds of stuff in there that you can just go wild on during this 13-quarter move where you might want to get some research right now to help you out with that. At probably half of what other people are charging. Now, speaking of McAfee, he's back. He was the original crypto rebel, and he has been resurrected from the dead using his team and everything he ever said or did. And now it's being filtered through AI and it's tweeting. In other words, if you're in crypto, it's an AI agent of the first crypto influencer. So here's the latest. Bitcoin at 100K isn't just a milestone. It's a cannonball through a glass house of traditional finance. The system laughed, dismissed it, and now it's watching in panic as their castles built on fiat sand crumble under the weight of decentralization. This isn't just a number, it's a signal. The old guard is scrambling. Regulators are sharpening their teeth, and institutions are pretending they saw this coming all along. But the truth, they're scared because 100K is just the beginning. The path to $1 million is paved with chaos, volatility, and the glorious sounds of a dying system grasping for air. If you're not strapped in, you're already too late. For those of us who have been sitting here since the beginning, this is our moment. Let it go. Let it grow. Let it break the chains once and for all. That came from a computer, from artificial intelligence, from the guy who wrote the Declaration of Currency Independence. Now, the only thing I don't agree with is that it's not too late. You are strapped in. You're here. If you're hearing this, you're in, right? And this was the guy that said way back when Bitcoin's probably going to go to $1 million by 2020. He also said if it takes out 100K, if Bitcoin breaks 100K, you can bet it will break $1 million. That was John McAfee responding to Tyler Winklevoss in 2019. McAfee tweets from Cuba on the run from everybody. Interesting life. Documentaries point to everything except the fact that he wrote the Declaration of Currency Independence and he's back from the dead. Other than that, not much. You can follow this Twitter site at AIntivirus AINTI virus with 689 followers. Everyone's like, oh, wow, I want to be early. Okay. Orange Man's Crypto Czar is a Solana bull from Multicoin Capital. Did I mention that? Did I mention the Crypto Czar is a Solana guy? So I guess that means they're going to get a Solana ETF after all. But what else are you going to get? What else are you going to get? You're going to get Web3 from the Treasury. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're going to get Treasury QE in crypto. If Bitcoin is money, everyone's like, oh, of course we're going to buy Bitcoin. I mean, that's just like, yes, everyone's going to buy Bitcoin. That is like, you know, like the guys who drive ambulances know, oh yeah, I got to buy Bitcoin. Everybody knows that now. Charles Schwab knows that. What else do they got to buy? What else is money? Ever paid somebody in Solana? Ever gotten a salary in Ethereum? Right? What about XRP? What happens when one bank sends money to another on XRP's network? What happens if the orange man says XRP? What happens? What happens? It's going to go crazy. At 2 o'clock today, XRP was unchanged for the week. Everyone's like, oh my God, I got to take profits in XRP. It's at $2. Yeah. Everyone's talking about XRP at $10, yet everybody is selling it too. Okay, yeah, people got 50 and 100x levered and they got washed out. But when they wash those people out, what do you get? 2-3 days, maybe? It's money. It's money made in America. And I'll tell you, but the czar's going to tell you, right? Crypto markets have benefited from a positive environment since the U.S. election, says Citibank. Thank God we have investment banking research to tell us these things. Otherwise, how would we ever know? Like, this is what normies are reading at home. Normies are like, ooh, look, honey, our bank says crypto markets have benefited from a positive environment. Maybe we should get involved. Gee, honey, how do we get involved? Well, I heard there's a Bitcoin ETF and Bob at work has a Coinbase account. Are you following what I'm saying here? Like everyone's like, oh, well, this is, we got to sell now. Bro, no, you don't. The entire planet has to buy it, and there's no supply of anything. Like Goldman Sachs says, oh, we're going to partner with Sushi Swap. We're going to buy the governance token. You think Sushi Swap's got enough governance tokens for Goldman Sachs? Just in theory. Or any of these places, right? Ondo, Clearpool, any of these DeFi projects, real world asset projects, there's no supply. Yeah, there's supply. There's not supply for Wall Street. Not if they want to come in and govern and take control. What is Wall Street like? Control. How do you get control? Governance tokens. Who's long governance tokens? Nobody. They've been a dirty word. It's like, do you want a dirty diaper or a governance token? I'll take the dirty diaper. I can burn it for fuel. Nobody wants governance tokens. Guess what? Governance tokens are about to come back. Ohm and Ondo are telling you that. They're going to come in and they're going to want control over the protocols. They're going to want voting rights so they can do whatever it is they need to do with them. It's open season. It's a free market. Orange Man names a venture capitalist. What do venture capitalists do? Well, they pump stuff. Now, unfortunately, what venture capitalists did last cycle is they built Web3, they pumped it, and then they dumped it on retail. Now, retail hates venture capitalists. Rightly so, in some cases. But no one will touch the venture capital coins. No one will touch them. They built Web3. Everybody got smoked. Now they won't touch it. They won't even say Web3. Find me a news article that says Web3 is the new space program. Find me an article that says Web3 is a bunch of people in bunny costumes handing out QR codes for NFTs. Find me anything that says Web3. We can't find it. So all the stuff that the venture capitalists built, they're just going to get to do it all over again. They're going to inject all this money. It's going to come from the private sector, the public sector, Silicon Valley, and Wall Street. And these tokens are going to explode. And guess what? Most of them are on Coinbase. Wait until they discover Polkadot. Wait until they discover there's something more to Solana than Pump.Fun. Matter of fact, the UK government questioning Pump.Fun in a major way could be a way to shift the narrative on Solana back to being money and a phone company. The narrative on Ethereum is definitely shifting back towards money because that may be the only narrative it has. And you know what? It's the only narrative it needs. It doesn't need anything else. It's money. Can you do things on it? Yeah. Institutions will do things on it because they don't care about gas. But we're going to sit here and say, well, you know, I can't trade zebra meme coins on Ethereum. Therefore, Ethereum has no value. No, you can't trade zebra memes on Ethereum and you've been ignoring it. So when the institutions start pouring in, both from a currency point of view and from a stock point of view through the ETF, you're going to wake up. It's going to be at 5,000 because the bid is going to be so huge because the bid is going to come from everybody who missed Bitcoin. First, they missed gold. Then they missed Bitcoin. They cannot miss the next one, right? Maybe they even missed XRP. They can't miss the next one. Then what's the next one? It's got to be Ethereum. And then all the layer ones go with it. I got a Cardano chart. Everyone's like trying to run away from Cardano. Why? You got to buy the rails of Web3 because they're going to build it. They're going to build DeFi. They're going to do it all. But everyone's trying to tell me no. Everyone's trying to tell me no. Now, for anybody who's new in crypto, you need to realize, and people who are in crypto, you need to realize, because it's tough to process the shift that's occurred, right? 1 minute, the government's trying to run crypto out of business. That was for like 8 years, pretty much 8 years. Government's trying to run crypto out of business since they sued XRP, right? This shows, you know, people who ran crypto companies were kicked off the banking system. They can just kick you off. It's called debanked, right? Like, what did they say, right? What did the machine say? What did McAfee back from the dead say? They're scared. They're trembling. They've been kicking people out. They've been trying to stop it. This new administration comes in and goes, well, you know, maybe it is a little scary, but we do owe a lot of money, so we better start growing something. So they pick their scary. This is happening. This is happening. And it's happening for a lot of serious reasons, but the reversal is so dramatic. People don't understand it. Like, we've gone from They hate it, and they're trying to crush us to they actually need it to save themselves. The economy, they're looking at the numbers going, oh my God, we need to grow. And I haven't talked about this, but McAfee did. He's like, yeah, and we may need a parallel system. So we want it and we need it. So how high can all this go? If they both want it and need it. Right now, it's a party. It's probably going to stay a party for a couple of months until somebody like Lloyd realizes that something very epic is going on here. Very epic. Like, oh, this is so fun. I can make 20% in one day and my cat coin is up 5x. People, the whole thing's going to 10x. And this herd mentality in memes is serious. Like, honestly, as I'm saying all this, I'm afraid of meme coins now. I am. Because if this becomes the wild thundering herd, in other words, if you have a massive reevaluation in currencies, a repricing for global Web3 and the meme coin herd, everyone's like, oh, there's too many tokens. They're doing 25,000 tokens on Pump.Fun every day. Okay. So maybe not every token makes it, but what happens if they just come after it all? Like I looked up before the stream today, Pepe has a market cap of 8 billion. 8 billion. Like how many billion-dollar meme coins could we have if Ethereum goes to 20,000? Right? Like everyone's like, well, XRP is definitely going to $10. Like the YouTube recommendation system is like, yeah, just say XRP $10. Okay. So XRP $10 means XRP at a trillion market cap, which means ETH has to be at a trillion at least or more. So you say XRP $10, everyone goes, yeah. You go ETH 20,000 and they look at you like, what, are you crazy? You're going to have both, right? Because of the dramatic reversal. Because one minute they're trying to run us out of Dodge. The next minute they need us. They got to have us for multiple reasons. Okay, back to a serious note as to why are we here? Native-born employment never returned to pre-pandemic levels. Full-time jobs in this country have been gone for 4 years. They're just telling you about it now. Like full-time jobs, normal jobs are down 619,000. They're not there. Everything is temporary. And, for people who recently got here, full-time jobs are not there. Now, what does this have to do with crypto? Because interest rates are where they are, because everyone's like, ooh, the job market's too hot. Remember Powell saying all this bunk? Oh my God, the labor market is so hot. Oh my God, demand is out of control. We got to cool it down. No, bro, inflation was high because you printed too much money. There was never any job creation. You had a depression over the last year in this country. And they got interest rates at 4%. And they're debating, well, gee, are they going to do 25 basis points in December? Oh, God, I don't know. Shut up. These numbers, they are so wrong. Crypto is telling you this. Crypto is telling you rates are too high and they're coming down. Crypto is telling you we are revaluing currencies. We are revaluing Web3. We need this stuff. We need it for growth, and we need it because, as this said, right, as McAfee said, this thing could crack. The surge in people employed by the government over the last 4 years has been keeping down the unemployment rate, but not adding anything productive to the economy. So we're borrowing money to employ people to make the employment numbers look good, and these people are going to meet Elon Musk. Now, this is all a meme and funny right now until you have overweight people in polyester suits that don't fit carrying cardboard boxes out of government buildings, sobbing and handing their keys back to the bank. This is going to get real, and interest rates are going to come down. So is the currency. Like real stuff's going to happen. Like right now, it's a party, but I always start the stream off with the rather unpopular, why are we here? Why are we here? Why is this happening? Why is Lloyd tweeting about the currency revaluation? This is why. Because when this hits, this is the reason why crypto was built. This is the reason why I shout into this microphone at 11 o'clock or midnight East Coast time, because it's that important. New York Fed reverse repo facility. So I think this is something that the Fed uses to help prop up banks. Seems to be drawing down. Is there a problem with the banks? Now let's talk about valuations. This gentleman did me a favor. Increase in valuations this year. Note, it's the increase. So NVIDIA, which of course makes chips for Skynet, I get it, or designs chips for Skynet, has risen $2.3 trillion in value. So that's not what NVIDIA is worth. That's the change in NVIDIA this year. Now, do you realize that that was pretty much that was roughly the value of crypto prior to the election? So NVIDIA increased this year by an amount equal to where crypto as a whole was prior to the election. Amazon is up $811 billion in market cap this year. Ethereum is only worth $485 billion. So Microsoft's market cap increased by an amount that's greater than the current market cap of Ethereum. And we're telling me that it's NVIDIA and Amazon and Apple, like Apple is a good example. Apple can go to, is worth $678 billion. So yes, they have everybody locked into phones, but they haven't innovated in at least 10 years. But it increased $678 billion in value, and Warren Buffett relentlessly sold it. And we're saying Ethereum can't go to $1 trillion. That's what we're saying. That's crazy banana pants, right? Stock market extends record highs. Now, why is this a problem? Well, because there are a lot of people in stocks who really don't understand that their strategy for the last 15 years is about to come to a screeching end. Whatever they've been doing that they are just so fat, dumb, and happy on, yeah, it's not going to work anymore. Yeah, it may go up. It does go up every day. They're in Santa rally mode, but they're not getting the returns you're getting in crypto. And these people are just waking up to the fact. And then these people are going to wake up to a problem with, I don't know, something with legacy, right? Just like McAfee said, just like he said, right? You're going to wake up one day and these little paper institutions are going to have problems. And then you're going to realize why Michael Saylor is talking about digital capital and digital capital being around for 1,000 years and all this stuff that everybody thinks he's out of his mind. It's not out of his mind. McAfee was not out of his mind in 2018. Saylor is telling you the same thing. People they're hearing it. They're not absorbing it. People in the stock market, they don't understand that what they're about to see is that they're about to get a call from their financial advisor that says, we need to reallocate 30% of your portfolio to crypto now. First, it was 1 to 2%. I saw 10% today. A thought leader has, I think he's got 50, 30, 20, 50 equities, 30 Bitcoin, 20 bonds or cash. How fast do you think it's going to take? What price of Bitcoin do we need to get to before normies allocate 30% of their portfolio to Bitcoin, the Bitcoin ETF, the Solana, or the XRP ETF? And Grayscale's already got these products. So how long before some stock market person goes, you know, these products are already on the market. Let's go to a 25% allocation. Meanwhile, in crypto, here's what we're talking about. Uniswap departure, breaking down Ethereum's potential revenue crisis, says Gemma Green, co-founder and chairman of PowerLedger.io. So how high is crypto going? Well, I don't know. It seems like people in crypto are bearish. I know it looks like a party, but people are still bearish. They're still bearish. They're still in the range. There's still something wrong with Ethereum. There's still a problem. Oh my God, the revenue model. Yeah, the revenue model. How about we talk about government revenue problems versus what they owe worldwide? Falling populations? Lloyd? John McAfee? What are they telling you? They're telling you you're in the middle of the biggest macro event. I don't know. Since I don't even know how long. You're in the biggest event since the American Revolution. How's that? How's that? You know, the Normandy landing, the space program in Web3. Okay. How much traction am I getting with that? I don't know. Our members are printing. New work available. How about this is the biggest thing since the American Revolution, right? How about we're resurrecting a dead guy with AI? How about the orange man is George Washington? How can I explain it to you, right? You know, the orange man's motorcade has got a Ferrari out front with Solana on the license plate. Not exactly, but close. Okay. The head of Multicoin Capital, right? The venture capital mentality. The guys who put the money in Solana when Solana was at zero. That mentality is now in charge of crypto in the United States. If the orange man is the George Washington of crypto, is this market priced for that? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. The orange man builds giant skyscrapers. Why? Well, because he can. Does the world need more giant skyscrapers? I don't know. But he keeps building them and they get famous and they're wonderful and people like them. So why wouldn't he do the same thing with Web3? He's 75 years old. He's like, oh, I've been doing this my whole life. You mean it's like a digital thing? We just like press a button and put the guy with the Ferrari out front and let him go? Yeah, that's it, sir. Okay. Tea time. Let's go. Ethereum has now overtaken MasterCard in market cap. Now, this is smart and dumb. So yes, it's an interesting tweet. Ethereum is now bigger than MasterCard. That's nice. Okay. MasterCard is a stock where they make money by making money more inefficient. They charge people to use money. Okay. Ethereum, which has gas fees, I got it. But Ethereum is money. This is apples to oranges. Ethereum is a currency. So why are we saying a currency should be worth as much as a stock that makes it harder to use a currency in some ways? Now, of course, credit cards do make things easier. I was around before credit cards. But Ethereum is money. $485 billion, right? So you have the dollar, the euro, the yen, the Swiss franc, the Aussie dollar, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. And this is worth $485 billion. Microsoft this year added more market cap to its overall value than Ethereum is worth today. Microsoft goes up $600 billion this year. Ethereum is only worth $485 billion. Do you need a master's in business to understand that? I don't think so. And that's why crypto is beautiful, because you're like, well, I don't understand. I understand I'm afraid of buying the top. Okay. If you're afraid of buying the top, then you may carry on buying. When you're not afraid of buying the top, stop buying and sell. If you're new to crypto, that's the plan. That's it, right? You get a dip, XRP unchanged for the week, boom. You say to yourself, XRP is unchanged for the week, and it's going to rally for 13 consecutive quarters. What should you do? I want you to hear me. Like, I'm only on the air 2 hours a day. The other 23 hours or so, you're on your own. You got to hear that when it comes time to make decisions. Ethereum realized cap hits all-time high. Suggests that there could be some trouble for Ethereum bears. Yeah. They're going to have to move to a different planet because they're not going to make it on this one. They're going to be dinosaur food. They're going to get fed to 7,000 ETH, and that's the warm-up. Bitcoin reclaims 100,000. Yeah, of course it did. Everyone took profits. Everyone sells because everyone thinks they have to sell. You got a flash crash after it printed 100K. It's exactly what BlackRock wanted. They're like, okay, let's pump it. Everyone's going to get euphoric. We'll dump it. It'll crash and we'll get everything we can. We probably got 48 hours. Maybe they got 48 hours because they're buying Ethereum relentlessly too. This whole thing is going to go volcanic. And when you see these flash crashes and you see them come straight back, they know it, right? Like, what did he say? This is what institutions feel like. If you're not strapped in, you're already too late. You know who feels that way? All of Wall Street. All the institutions that don't own it yet. Okay? They're scared because 100K is just the beginning. I couldn't have said it any better. It's the beginning. It's not the end. It's the beginning. BlackRock is buying Ethereum. 500 million this week. Total ETH balance up 50% in the last 30 days. Why? It's money. It's currency. Lloyd, all these old guys telling you, what are we doing? We're changing the currency. We're letting the currency wild horses run. Yeah, bro. Why do you think BlackRock is doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, BlackRock didn't wake up one day and goes, yeah, you know what? We're going to pump the crypto bros bags. Yeah, man, that's what we do at BlackRock. We pump your bags. You're in your basement trying to figure out how you get out of your basement and get a day job. And BlackRock, a truly altruistic institution, comes along and says, we're going to make the Bitcoin ETF because they know that people are going to need it. They're going to need to get outside the system. That's why BlackRock wants to do real world assets, which again, no one has talked about. And no one has also talked about doing the AI trade inside crypto because you can't really have AI and AI assets without blockchain verification. So good luck with that, right? Good luck with making anything on AI that is not connected to blockchain. You're just throwing it out there in the ether for someone else to take. Bitcoin's flash crash, a classic bull market shakeout. And that's true. It is a classic bull market shakeout. Everyone thinks bull markets are easy. They're not. Okay. They shake you out. They do corrections. They make you think those corrections are to continue. They stop abruptly. Then they flash crash and come back up. Then the next time it dips, everyone goes, okay, I'll buy the dip like the last two times. And then it keeps dipping. There's kind of like 3 or 4 different flavors of flushes. Every time it flushes, you're going to want to sell. Everyone says control your emotions. There's no such thing. Your emotions come and they go. They're going to happen no matter what. What you have to do as a new person is try to buy it when it's on a red day. And if you buy the top, manage your risk, but don't puke it unless your stop has been triggered. Like, don't get off the train for the sake of getting off the train. Like, well, this is a little painful. I want to get off. Don't. Okay, I made a little money. I think I should take it. Don't. Wow, I made so much money. This is breathtaking. Like I'm taken aback. Like I'm having a spiritual experience. Take that money. I'm wearing a lampshade on my head. I'm drinking champagne. Take the money. Those things are not present. Do not take the money. Not investment advice, of course. Just information and entertainment from people like Stan Druckenmiller, who is a hedge fund manager that never had a down year and has made money riding trends, not diversifying. He says, put all your eggs in one basket and watch that basket closely. Stan will also tell you that every time one of his investments goes down, he feels like selling because he's actually a bear at heart. Okay. So if you're having these problems, you have something in common with every hedge fund manager. And flash crashes and weird things happen in bull markets. Now, the meme herd, cats, roaring kitty. MicroStrategy is a meme stock for Bitcoin. I've been going through the whole long story about why MicroStrategy is doing what it's doing and why Michael Saylor is using his stock to indiscriminately buy more Bitcoin. And you know what? That lecture doesn't even matter anymore. It's a meme stock, meaning it just represents something and off it goes. Okay. GameStop coin is up 80%. Somebody says this meme is cool. It's up 80%. And the only person who can't seem to get memes right is whoever is advising the Hawk Tua girl. We'll talk about that, right? We'll talk about what normally would have been a debacle for the whole space just turns into a giant joke and the market carries on like it wasn't even there. Like everyone's like, oh, look at this coin. And then all of a sudden Roaring Kitty's back and nobody even remembers what that was about. You got to watch out for this thing. Happy 11th birthday, Dogecoin. Dogecoin. Promoted by John McAfee back in the day on Twitter. Donald Trump's new crypto czar. Bitcoin is backed by math. I think a lot of people might, over time, gradually think that's a better form of money. Charlie Shrem will tell you that the computer science required to create a Bitcoin is unbelievably complicated and unexplainable. It's like giant computers doing heavy calculations, giving their best guess to solve a problem, to move Bitcoin and a transaction from one place to the other, just so they can earn a teeny weeny bit about a Bitcoin. It's so complicated. Forget about replicating it. That's why Michael Saylor talks the way he does, because he understands the computer science. You don't need to understand the computer science, but you need to take what he says seriously. The United Kingdom is explaining Bitcoin to its audience. It only took 15 years. Hey, does anybody remember me saying that the issues in the UK can be solved with the green button? Anybody remember that? Like, you know, people getting in trouble for what they're saying on Facebook and Twitter. Yeah. This government doing strange things. Yeah. Well, funny how that one little magic number, boy, you can't censor that number. That little 6-digit Bitcoin number, as McAfee AI says, it's sending a message. They're getting the message. They're telling their people about Bitcoin. On 100K Day, Michael Saylor goes to Cyber Manhattan and says the need for a digital asset framework and Bitcoin as the world's reserve capital network and the logic of a U.S. strategic reserve for Bitcoin. Hear me out. No major pullback until 220. I don't know. We had a pullback. It's called the last 8 months. Anybody been on the stream for 8 months of like pain, chop? How hard was it to be indiscriminately bullish over the last 8 months? Very difficult, almost embarrassing, except of course for our YouTube members and everyone in our Patreon, the warriors who were in early. Please jump in. Coinbase Portfolio Part 2 is out. You have an opportunity to get in before Coinbase Part 6 comes out in the future. We are just going to rock on. Now, if ETH goes to 220, I'm sorry, if Bitcoin goes to 220, can ETH go to 20? Right? Like you draw this chart and it's a really good chart. So what comes with 220 Bitcoin? How about 20K ETH? What comes with 20K ETH? Like everyone's like, oh, wow, altcoins. Yeah, okay. What happens if ETH, Solana, XRP, or Cardano, or all of them just go? They just go. The Orange Man is long ETH. The Orange Man issued NFTs on ETH in a bear market. So if Bitcoin is going to 220, what chain reaction starts, right? It's the Normandy landing. It's the moon landing. It's the biggest thing since 1776. It's the Declaration of Independence, written in 2018, happening now in real time in kind of a fun way for the moment. It's fun. Everyone's like, Ray Dalio's like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Well, yeah, okay, things may change, but we're going to have a little fun first. Lloyd's doesn't like it. I get it. It's going to get serious later. But right now, this is the fun part. The only part for me that's not that fun is that I feel like I'm like, hey, maybe I should just start talking about 10X. Well, that is a way to get in trouble, right? You start thinking about big cap cryptos. Like there's a story that big cap cryptos can't 100X. That's what people think, that you can't get outsized returns in allegedly large cap altcoins. I got news for you, folks. A $1 billion altcoin is not a big cap altcoin. It's not. I mean, you have Pepe at 8 billion, right? So you can have altcoins trading at 50 and 100 and 250 billion dollar market caps, right? I mean, that's what you think, right? I mean, you have your bags, people who are in crypto, right? You have no bags, no positions. You go to Coinbase and get some, not investment advice, right? But if you have bags, you're looking at them and you're like, okay, well, I kind of hope I get a 40% return on this. No, man. You hope you get a 400% return like XRP, right? Florida may introduce a Bitcoin reserve in 2025, along with every sovereign on the planet, the moon, and Mars. Just in, UK restricts access to Pump.Fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to law enforcement. Yes, unfortunately, it's these guys, so they don't like Facebook, so they don't like Pump.Fun either, but people on Pump.Fun are getting hurt. They're hurting themselves. They're hurting each other. Okay, I know this happens everywhere. I get it. Pump.Fun is also fun. This government seems to be against fun as well. I get it. Okay. The primary job of government is to protect the people. The primary job of the new American government is to protect people from $36 billion in debt. And this opens up the idea of an XRP ETF. Okay. It opens up the idea of an XRP ETF. It also opens the door for other meme coin platforms, right? Because if everyone's getting in trouble on Pump.Fun, if you have a meme coin or a coin launch platform that can actually police itself, like for example, in order to launch a coin more than once, you have to have a certain amount of stake tokens, right? Okay, you can launch one coin, then you're done, unless you can stake coins. So you better have a really good idea. Or you should have to stake something. You should have to put something down. You just can't create it out of thin air. You know, a little bit of a barrier to entry could help. Grayscale sold $150 million of Bitcoin and BlackRock bought 5 times as much. Did you love these graphs on Arkham? It's amazing, right? Great stuff. Do you need it? Probably not. BlackRock wants the appreciating currency. One currency is appreciating, other currencies are depreciating. BlackRock gets it, Lloyd gets it, the Orange Man gets it, I get it, and now guess what? You get it. You get it. Semler Scientific expands Bitcoin holdings to $180 million. Semler and every country on the earth. XRP bulls could face a bloodbath if Bitcoin dominance rises, says crypto analyst 20 hours ago. XRP is down for the day, down for the week. Oh my God. XRP down for the week. Buy or sell. Hint, it's going up 13 consecutive quarters, potentially. Bobby Walsh, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Thank you. Right? Brobert.bro is here from crypto. I forgot what a real bull looks like. Sir, you are going to see things here that you have never seen before. These events that transpired in my life where I had a pump dot not so fun thing go on, followed by a medical emergency back to back. Something's going to happen. I hope it's good. This is just scared the living daylights out of me, man. I had to get the Declaration of Cryptocurrency Independence out and read it just to make myself feel better. And who knows, I may actually read that on the air one day. Coincidence, or is this how Bitcoin works? There's a certain pattern, and this guy thinks Bitcoin will reach a top in October of 2025. Now, a brief word for anybody who's been here in crypto and a brief word for anybody who's not been here in crypto. Crypto has worked off a cycle, right? Crypto goes up before something called the Bitcoin halving, which is, sort of an organic reduction in the supply of Bitcoin programmed into the software, if you will. And then crypto goes up so long after the Bitcoin halving, and then everything goes to zero and we come back in 3 years. That's how crypto's worked. They call it the cycle. So everybody wants to get long. Everybody wants to dump everything at the top and go away for it to go to zero. My argument is that's over, period. That's over. We're in a long-term uptrend where you can have 40 to 50% corrections, just like stocks. Stuff on Pump.Fun, not everything's going to make it. Altcoins could fluctuate 50, 60% of the time. Meme coins are fluctuating 50, 60% now. But the overall trend is up, and we have not seen the monster up move. We have not seen the thundering herd. We're seeing a little bit of rally here, a little bit of rally there. Everyone's chasing Pump.Fun. Let me ask you a question. What happens if Coinbase becomes Pump.Fun? What happens if everybody goes to Coinbase and everyone sits there and stares and they see what crypto hedge funds pop 10% and then everyone FOMOs into that coin? That's what happens on Pump.Fun, right? You see something pump, it makes it to Radium, the Solana exchange, and boom, everyone's in. Why can't you do that on Coinbase? Right? What happens if some DeFi governance token gets picked up by an investment bank? What's going to happen to the other governance tokens like stocks that give you like control? Yeah. Governance tokens, right? They were very popular 4 years ago. Now they're a dirty word along with Web3. Seriously, if you went to somebody in crypto and said, I'll give you a governance token or a dirty diaper, which one would you want? And they say, well, I'll take the dirty diaper because I can burn that for fuel to run my crypto mining machine. Keep the governance token. Okay, well, what happens when Wall Street wants to control DeFi? What are they going to do? They're going to buy governance tokens, just like Ondo and Ohm. And everyone's sitting there looking at it at home, and they don't understand what they're looking at. They're just like, oh, wow, this crypto's going up. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, bro. Who's buying it? Who is buying it? And who's going to continue to buy it? Or who's going to buy it indiscriminately? You got to ask yourself this question. The number of people that need to buy crypto of all varieties, everyone's telling you there's too many coins being released on Pump.Fun. That may or may not be true. But what happens when they come after all of it? Like when the Pump.Fun guys go at it. What happens when that happens on XRP? What happens when they revalue currencies and they realize that everybody's going to want to be a currency because all of it's going to rise against fiat? What happens when that occurs? And how much money is coming in? Crypto hedge funds, you see these headlines. Tether prints $10 trillion. Where is it? 400 million active wallets in crypto. 400 million. Okay? 400 million active wallets. Okay? Somewhere in here, there's an article about Tether printing something like, I don't know, like $1 billion on ETH. Oh my God, I love this. I can't find the Tether headline. Needless to say, crypto hedge funds are here. DYDX, one of my favorite projects from the last cycle, right? Decentralized crypto derivatives. So get online, connect your wallet, go trade derivatives like Wall Street. DYDX. Can't get any cooler than that. That and perpetual protocol. Haven't even looked at it. But DYDX goes up 30%. Right? Crypto crazy knowledge dump wants at those emojis. Excuse me. What else is the crypto czar going to want to pump? What else? Oh, I know. Everything else. Everything else. Oh, we got trading platforms. Oh, we got derivatives. Oh, we got Solana. We got cell phones. What else we got? How about decentralized social media? How about it? Right? You see what happens with the app that everyone dances on. How they doing? They having any fun? I don't think so. Those are our guys doing that. Not the new guys, but the old guys. What's up with that? Right? Here it is. $2 billion in Tether minted at the Tether Treasury. That's crypto hedge funds. You understand this about crypto hedge funds right now. You just need to understand this right now. I understand that this is the most epic thing anyone's ever seen. And even if a crypto hedge fund manager is 30 years old, his spider sense is tingling. Even if he's 20 years old, his spider sense is going, oh my God, I cannot underperform. If something goes up, if ETH or Solana or XRP goes up, I mean, can you imagine being a crypto hedge fund manager and not owning XRP? Explaining to your investors that a big cap cryptocurrency went up 400% after the orange man endorsed it with tax-free transactions and you missed it. How do you explain that? You don't. You're gone. That's it. You go home and trade on Pump.Fun. See ya. Hedge fund career over. Right? And these guys realize, like I keep telling you that this is fun. It is. It's also very serious, right? Investment banks cannot outperform. They cannot be telling customers to buy NVIDIA when all the action is in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. They can't. They can't. Hedge funds, if something is going up, they have to own it. And even if they have to trade out of it and go to the next thing that goes up, that's the game. That's why you see what you're seeing, right? Something will go up. The hedge funds will chase it. The last guy gets in, and then they move to something else. And then when they're convinced that's the way to do it, they'll take profits in some of the coins and the entire market will explode, right? That's why bull markets will trick you. Like first it's a range, then it's a rotation game, which it is. It's a decoupling. Everything is doing its own thing. But what happens if it all goes in once? Or if each time, you get a sector rally, it's 100% or 200%. Like I said, what happens if Polkadot goes to 100? What happens if Chainlink goes to 100? You can't have software companies. That's what they are. That's Polkadot and Chainlink are coins used to buy software. That's what Polkadot and Chainlink are. Software, right? Blockchains, connecting things, building things. Software, like we have a software industry in the United States. Software stocks like Oracle. We don't buy any software. Microsoft, they're not going to get in gaming, as an example. It's just huge. Everyone in crypto is like, yeah, that can't happen. We're not going to spend any money on software. I mean, software eats the world everywhere else, but no, not in crypto. We're not doing that over here. Please. It's like I'm so excited about this. I can't sleep at night. So what's everyone talking about? The oopsie daisy with the hawk to a meme coin, which was probably done on purpose for publicity. They're going to talk to a judge, but who knows? That may have been the plan. Or so you would hope. Now, what are people not talking about? Top NFT brand Pudgy Penguins releases a penguin token. Let me ask you something. I remember crypto guys going off to Walmart, buying all the Pudgy Penguin toys because Pudgy Penguins were in Walmart. What happens if there's a hot Christmas toy or a hot Christmas anything attached to this Pudgy Penguin token? Because these guys definitely got the NFT thing right, which is pretty rare. What happens if this NFT community meme coin thing, like Toby Ward is saying, explodes? Nobody was looking for XRP. No one's looking for Pudgy Penguins. Where do you go? Where no one's looking. And oh, look, it's Grayscale and the Ethereum ETF mini trust. Look, I click a button and there I am talking about Ethereum for $38 a share. No one knows it's at 6,000 or 4,000 or 3,000. No one cares about the Uniswap defection, the fee. No one cares. They just want to go invest now. Boom. Honey Badger, welcome to the club, bro. Thank you. Right? Please feel free to join Honey Badger and Crypto Crazy. We appreciate it. Okay. We appreciate it. Okay. Now, let's talk about something crazy. Alien base. No. Ski mask dog. So, ski mask dog. So, this is probably the next whiff. This is backed by a guy who has a lot of followers. And Congress is buying it. So, and it's making a square consolidation. It's not doing much of anything right now, but you have to be careful of the herd. You have to be careful of the herd, right? Now, this is a token I own. You know, they brought me on to promote it. I have tokens. It's all locked up. So somebody deployed a token using the original deployer wallet. In other words, somebody launched something posing as the real project and said all kinds of things like, hey, this is the new version of the token, so you have to buy the scam and dump the actual one. I saw the messages. It looked like the project. I freaked out. I didn't sell. I couldn't sell, but you know, the stuff I bought with my own money, I just held on, but I was like, oh my God, what is this? And everyone lost it and sold. Meanwhile, this person was disgruntled. He was the person who actually launched it on Pump.Fun mechanically. Okay. And he probably got upset because, you know, he probably sold his tokens before I was brought in to do marketing. So he got upset and he wanted to wreck the project. Now, what's funny is John McAfee was on the run for his whole life. And he passed away in a European jail under suspicious circumstances. After being on a run for his whole life, he had to defend himself. And I'm not talking about a fist fight. He had to defend himself. Him and his wife together had to defend themselves. Let that sink in. Now, the meme coin, backed by his people, trying to achieve his vision, trying to bring him back from the dead. Actually, they are bringing him back from the dead. The first sign of trouble, even though it was scary, everyone panicked. Like the coin dedicated to, this is what I said to myself, the coin dedicated to the bravest guy in crypto who is no longer with us. Literally, he could be considered the George Washington of crypto, right? The George Washington of crypto. Everyone panicked and sold. Then it made a triangle. Then it broke out because what goes down a certain way, I don't know. May go back up a certain way. I don't know. It's got a 2 million market cap. GOAT has a $750 million market cap. We have the Declaration of Currency Independence and AI, and they have a GOAT. I have to leave that up to you. Okay. Let's see what our members are doing. It's our usual Friday night fire live stream. All right. All right. We have Bobby Walsh, George Kavanaugh, Honey Badger. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. XR. Oh my God. Look at this. I know they traded this in a way. It's official. The interview I gave with 60 Minutes about the fight for regulatory clarity in the United States goes live on December 8th. Meanwhile, when I was on stage at Consensus, I didn't say one word about XRP. XRP, Ripple, is short their own token psychologically. Now, obviously, they're into it. It's on 60 Minutes, right? But it had to go up 400% before he got any attention or could even be bullish his own coin. How sad. Okay. These guys mean, I mean, if these guys don't feel liberated, and if the orange man is not on the phone with them going, how can we make you a symbol of everything new and American? I don't know, man. That's just not priced in at all. Okay. Blockchain God wants the sheepdog prayer, right? The sheepdog prayer was about protecting the flock against the wolves. I read it before the market went down. This is the new prayer of the sheepdog. Maybe one day I'll read both. I mean, what's in here is in some ways, the fun parts are consensus. The serious parts have yet to come to light. We want it. We need it in more ways than one. Okay. Let's see who's here. All right. Supermat is here. Welcome. Welcome. Peaceful vibes. Yes. Peaceful vibes. Daniel J. Thank you. Okay. Right on. Oh my God. Daniel J from Nepal today. Okay. Arthur Hayes was beating the drum about the Fed's support system for banks, also known as the repo drum. Bell's coin is your daddy Doge. Willimeter says, don't see my emoji. All right. Willimeter will get you an emoji. If you're a member, you got an emoji, or you can use the emojis. Luis, hello. Welcome. Holy Peanuts, the Eagle King emoji is here. Where can I buy the book from McAfee? No, dude, there's no book. The book is something that they sent me, his people, and gave me permission to print. It's the Declaration of Cryptocurrency Independence. There is a McAfee book, a little kind of silly book about his life with a lot of his great quotes from Twitter. It's not there anymore because I bought it. Okay. There's a lot of things here that are going to happen for real. Now let's go to PowerPoint, because, you know, the news is unbelievable because the news is not understood. The charts are also not understood. Okay. If we go to PowerPoint, right? Okay. So ETH weekly, 5,500. There's nobody home. You could have 3 more up weeks, 4 more up weeks. This week, 7, 8, 9. So we got 2 more days for this week, and we got 3 more weeks after that. And ETH could be at 5,500 minimum. Don't believe me? Here is the accumulation cone in ETH. We have not only have we not broken out of it, we haven't even tested the top of it. Note, everyone gave up on Ethereum during FTX. FTX, for anybody who is new, was a giant liquidation event inside the crypto system where you had fraud and you had so much selling, you almost destroyed everything. People gave up on Ethereum back then, and they never really came back. Ethereum is below its 2021 high at 5,000 something. Bitcoin exceeded its 2021 high several months ago. Left it in the dust. Meanwhile, no one thinks there's a case for Ethereum. However, LuxAlgo is inserting support underneath this breakout very subtly at 39.80, which means whatever dip you think you're getting in Ethereum, you've probably already gotten it. Now, Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Here is an absolutely radical notion. Big trends have 5 waves. 1, 3, and 5. Waves 1, 3, and 5 go in the direction of the trend. So this is wave 1 up, wave 2 down. Wave 3 up. Wave 3 is usually pretty big. And wave 4 is usually very difficult. Wave 2 is small. Wave 4 is difficult. Now, why is wave 4 difficult? Because they got to make sure they get everybody out, everybody discouraged, everybody thinking the wrong thing right before you go to wave 5, which is very emotional and very vertical. What is going to happen if Bitcoin hits 115K, does a pause that refreshes, and ETH just indiscriminately takes off, potentially joined by Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, XRP? What happens if you have indiscriminate upside in ETH just because it's money? Like, do you realize the level of underperformance versus Bitcoin? Why do you think BlackRock and all the stock guys are indiscriminately buying Ethereum? They're like, wait a minute. They only think there's going to be Bitcoin and Pump.Fun. What's in the middle? I mean, I didn't make this up. This is a quantitative Elliott wave system. I didn't realize it until today. I mean, they are giving up on Ethereum. The crypto people are bearish Ethereum. Not only will Ethereum rise again, Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin for months or a year or two. How many people are saying that? Exactly one. Exactly one. Me. Because Ethereum is an altcoin. And if you're a YouTube member or you're a Patreon member, you're here because you want to learn about altcoins. You want to learn about Bitcoin, but you want to learn about new tech stocks, new tech, right? Not new tech stocks, new digital assets for technology, finance, AI, bringing Wall Street on the blockchain, banking, real estate, insurance, trading of all these assets, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has a topping signal based on this quantitative method used at Wall Street for a long time. And when you have a signal where it should be a top and it doesn't top, guess what it does? It goes up. So over here, 2 days ago, when it hit 100K, you had this topping signal, which everybody at Wall Street saw. So you got lots of volatility, and that was BlackRock's opportunity to give you a little shaken, not stirred, little 105 to 92K. Whoop. Then it just sits right here on this moving average. Again, generated by a mathematical system near 96. And you're going to wake up one day and it's going to be at 115 because this is their pitiful attempt to try to dip the market. And it lasted like what, a half day? Day, maybe? Like they used to be able to dip it for like 3 or 4 days over here, or they confined it into a range for a while so they could accumulate, but they can't. The wild horse is going to get out of the barn. Bitcoin Weekly. There's the accumulation cone. There's 110. So we haven't tested the top of the accumulation cone. And to spare you the lecture, because I've been giving it to you every night for a month, that when you break out of the top of these type of cone formations, it goes parabolic. So there's a case for parabolic. But it's funny. Everyone's like, whoa, wow, watch out for profit taking at 100K. Meanwhile, BlackRock's looking at the accumulation cone going, oh my God, we got to buy $50 billion worth of Bitcoin. We got to big now. XRP. As I said earlier, if I told you that XRP was probably going to go up for 13 straight quarters, but as of now, it was down for the week, what would you do? Well, I don't know. 8 hours ago or whatever time it is, XRP was down for the week. What should you do? You got to hear my voice in your head. Bitcoin Cash, also known as green Bitcoin on Coinbase. This is a form of Bitcoin, came from the Bitcoin code. It's designed to work faster. You can get 1 unit for $600. Normies are going to see this and be like, oh, wow, this is transactional Bitcoin. Cool. It's going to go to 850 because that's the next DeMark point. It's probably going to wind up at 1,500. If you have ETH at 20,000 and Bitcoin at 220, then you have Bitcoin Cash where ETH is at 3,000. That's just a guess. XRP. When XRP goes up, XRP does the whole move in 1 to 2 months. That's in the past. So everyone's going to say, well, you had a big month in XRP, but you know what? We got to stop now. That's it. No more. XRP is going to $10, but we got to sell now. Now, we did have people 50 and 100x levered long this thing. So that's why we did have to wash people out a little bit. But really, how much of a washout did you get? They're just going to come piling back in. And Katie bar the door if it takes out the all-time high. I have no idea why anybody thinks XRP is not going to go to $3.50 or something like that. Like on a line. Like it doesn't have to stop. It stopped for 3 days. That's your stop. That's your rest stop. Like Formula One, you drive around the track, right? They pull in, they got the tires off and the gas in 3 seconds. You got 3 seconds to do a pit stop in Formula One. I watched that live at the track in Austin. I watched them practice. They roll out this rocket ship, and these guys get these huge tires on, huge tires off in 3 seconds, right? So when you got a correction, you got 3 hours to 3 days max to get involved because of what's going to happen here, because of what I've been saying for the last hour and a half. Cardano. BitBoy mooned Cardano to $3 by himself. Now you have Charles Hoskins, the founder of Cardano, talking to the president of the United States directly. And nobody wants to take Cardano to $1.50. Okay, yeah, the Fed didn't just print $14 trillion. Okay, I got it. But rates are too low, but interest rates are too high, way too high. That's why we covered that in the beginning. So everyone's like, well, Cardano this, there's not enough liquidity. Wah, 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 wah. Like Charlie Brown's teacher, right? There's too much wah, 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 wah in crypto and not enough green button. This is going up. That is my opinion. This chart is self-explanatory. It really is. You had a YouTube influencer from Georgia move this thing from $0 to $3. Now they're advising the president of the United States and no one wants to touch it. And that's the market update. In My Hero says, who's in the truck? Oh my God, I'm sure we have like all kinds of requests with the Eagle King is like, bro, this has been going on for an hour and a half. The chosen one wants to look at NUM, N-U-M. Numbers protocol. I'm sorry. I'm laughing. I don't know. This was at $1.60, $2.40. Probably not real prices on the release, and now it's at 8 cents. What does this thing do? I don't know. But I do know that everyone just gave up on it. Like massively. Massively. Everyone just packed it in. Right? This is, everyone gave up. Whatever this is, there's no supply. When you see this and somebody comes in to buy it, there's no one there. No one. Honey Badger says, I think McAfee Spirit is talking through Bill. We got computers, we got channeling, we got it all. The Declaration of Cryptocurrency Independence is, in theory, tradable. In theory. But no one believes it, which is fine because no one believes it. And when they do, when people understand why we need cryptocurrency independence, see, XRP, like not really. You know, XRP goes up and then XRP does A, B, C. Nice little correction. And then it theoretically resumes. And if it doesn't resume, then you have another dip that you can get involved on. Right? It's just watching from the Philippines. Can you do Filecoin? For our friends in the Philippines, we most certainly can. I don't know, man. We had this in the Magnificent Seven. I didn't know it went from 3 to 8, but it's probably going to 12. And if you look at this, oh, by the way, this is a multi-coin capital coin. You might want to look up the multi-coin capital coins after the Czar got appointed. Just saying. Just saying. Right? Filecoin, the Graph, Solana. I don't know. They might have been into PERP. I don't know if that was the liquid fund or whether they actually invested in PERP. Filecoin was at $120. It's funny. PERP is now traded on Coinbase. That's hysterical. This is like my favorite coin last cycle. I was all into like derivatives on the blockchain. Thought I was going to be a cool Wall Street guy. Stuff all went to absolute zero. It didn't just go to zero. It went it was like $16 at one point, and then it went to zero. And of course, it's dead, right? It's dead. It's dead. It's not coming back. Wall Street's not going to go on the blockchain. No, we don't need that. We don't need a parallel financial system. We got told we needed a parallel financial system in 2018, and we're getting told again now, but we're not listening. We are and we aren't. We're about to get told. I mean, perp, I don't know. Perp could go back to $4. I mean, this seems like a cup and handle to me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Paid. This is a Coinbase coin. This is a Coinbase coin, I think, or a Base Network coin. Paid network contracts. Are we going to do anything in the future that's not verified on a blockchain? I don't think so. And the thing that's amazing is they're giving you dips, right? So this gets the resistance, and now it's coming back to retest the formation that it just broke out of, right? This market still gives you dips. This is a nasty dip over here. You get dips, right? They're saying, hey, you know, Duilo is here at 6 a.m. European time. Welcome, sir. Okay. I completely overdid this. CryptoLox wants me to check ICP. I can do ICP and ENA. Okay, so for TA requests, I do TA requests in Patreon. I don't know how you stop ICP. We put ICP in a HODL portfolio. Toby did. I don't know how you stop these coins, right? Like there hasn't been any point in drawing on weekly charts. I think I did like long-term price prediction on this because it has the Fibonacci circles on it. I don't know, man. Like 264. It's been there before. 264 by June of next year. I know that's ridiculous, right? No one would think that. That can't happen. 58 could. That's where it was in November of 2021. I know. That sounds crazy. It's time to start sounding crazy, especially when the market is down. Especially when it's down, right? This whole thing about markets and coins, like some of them are up 5%, some of them are down. This is the new normal, people. This is it. This is the new normal until you wake up one day and it all goes together. And again, people, LuxAlgo, I mean, there's an affiliate link down below. The Eagle King puts the QR code up on the screen. You break out of these patterns and you're just gone. ENA doesn't have any real resistance until $1.50. It just left the equilibrium zone. And it broke out. So, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Honestly, it just doesn't. Right? Theta and PEAQ. Okay. I think we got Theta in the Magnificent 7. Thank goodness, because it's moving. Everything is moving. Right? Why? Because it's too cheap. This is artificial suppression. This downward sloping wedge. The market pops. LuxAlgo inserts support underneath the market. This is going on everywhere. So the initial rally is usually supported by this algorithmic charting thing. And then once it gets past its balance zone on a longer term chart, it just goes, right? And the thing that's funny is they're still selling it. Like they don't believe it. They don't believe it because it's getting close to it's like March high. Everything's going to take out the March high. And everything's going back to where it was in 2021. Because when it goes back there, it's going to have an actual use. Back then, it was just pump. Now it has a use and no one wants it. Everyone's selling. It's like, let's get out. Let's sell our dino coins. Oh, this was cute. It's like meme coins. You dump the dino coins after they go up 50%. Wrong. You buy the next dip. You buy more. Not investment advice, right? You put a stop in. But you're after more. You're not getting out of something that builds Web3. Are you crazy? TrueFi. Okay, not TrueFi, Truflation. Okay, so these guys tried to boil the ocean. I'm telling myself that this coin will have its day. Right now, it seems dead. That's because there was so much hype, and then the hype ended. But Wall Street may come in after this thing. Because when it stays dead like this, it could wake up, even though there are serious bag holders here. If Wall Street's coming after DeFi, Wall Street could come after this. So I'll give you some hope there. Scott wants to look at Flare. Again, another Coinbase coin. Seems a little overbaked short term, but on a weekly, it's not at all overbaked. It's back to its balance zone around 3 cents. Upside is 5.5 cents. We could chart every single crypto and we would get the same message. Okay, I went overboard tonight. I lost my mind. Thank you to the Eagle King for producing the show. TA requests in Patreon, leave comments down below so I know what to put in the PowerPoint and I know what you like. The YouTube member area has got the Coinbase portfolio. The YouTube member area has a meme coin portfolio. Patreon gets regular newsletters. And I have the declaration of cryptocurrency independence. And I am going to assert that along with my view of the market that comes from boomer knowledge, which is shared by other boomers who know that this is the biggest event since the American Revolution, the moon landing, the Normandy landing, or whatever is big where you live. That's it for tonight. We will see you next week.